All right, welcome back to another week of live Christmas drawing here on my Twitch channel, which will be posted later up on YouTube. So if you are watching this live, thanks for tuning in and watching. And today's going to be another Lego day. Let me bring up the camera here and I will show you what we're doing today. Um, Today, for Christmas Lego, we're going to be doing a little Christmas gingerbread man. It's one of the Lego minifigs. Let me see if I could put this on the bigger camera here and show you. I don't know if it's easier to see. But he comes with a little coffee cup, and on the coffee cup it says "Dunk Me." Hard to see there on the picture, but today we're gonna do. I think this might be one of my final Christmas Lego minifigures that I have. I do have other ones though, but from the minifigure set, this is the last Christmas one. So we're gonna draw the little Lego gingerbread man today. So we're going to start. Lately, I've been doing my pencil sketch in blue ink, but I think that might be hard to see on the computer here. Let me just see. Yeah, it doesn't show up as well as the black, so we're going to stick with the black. I don't know why I decided to switch it up while I've been doing it the last couple of days, but I did. So again, all the Lego minifigures come with a little black base and an accessory, sometimes multiple accessories, but this one just has one accessory with it today, the Dunk Me cup. So we're going to start this guy off. Now here's the thing. He's a gingerbread man, but when I look at him from the side, his head's more of like a Oreo. It's got like a cream-filled center or something. I don't know. But if we're doing a front view of him, you're really not going to see that anyway. So we'll start with our circle. Now here's the thing. I usually don't do it because I kind of like the sketchier look. But the way I just did that circle there kind of looks sloppy. If I were to draw a circle and hold it in at the end, it'll turn it into a perfect circle. I'll show you that right now. So if I draw like a circle and hold it, it'll turn it into a perfect circle. And then if I tap it, it'll put the dimensions right. But you see how you could scale stuff that way. But I kind of like the sloppy look. Again, you could do that with the inking layer as well. So all Lego minifigures. Now this one's like the regular adult, I guess I should say adult, or not the child Lego minifigure where it does have the articulating legs. I'll show you that in a second. I know I talked about that once before when I was drawing the elf one. He has the legs that don't bend, but this one does. So when you build it, there's an extra piece in here, which you'll see right there. I haven't started it yet. I did get the Home Alone Christmas Lego set. That'll be quite the project to put together, but I'm thinking I'm going to do something from that in my drawing when I get to it. For now, I just wanted to clear out some of the minifigures. I think I have like I guess it's more of an abominable snowman. So it's not technically Christmas, but I could draw that at one point and maybe just add something Christmassy to it. So all Lego minifigures have the articulating arms. This guy does have a bit of a design on this arm. Kind of hard to see where from this angle. And I'm thinking I'm going to make him holding his coffee cup just because it doesn't really make any sense to have it laying on the ground. So I'm going to draw this arm out like this, even though a Lego arm won't go in front of a minifigure like that. That's just how we're going to draw it, though. So it looks like he's holding the cup of coffee. I'll assume it's coffee. I mean, it says dunk me, so I'll say it's coffee. Now, the Lego mugs, again, this is going to be hard to see, just have a little handle nub. So if he was technically holding this, it would just be a little handle coming out from in there. And then the mug. So the handle comes out in a weird spot. It's up on the top rather than on the side. And the bottom's a little bit smaller because it's just like that single peg Lego piece. And then it just says, "Dunk me in white." So that'll be it for the little mug. I'll set that aside. Then we'll go back to some of the details here. Not too much detail on a Lego figure, but you add your own details. So this guy's happy. He's got some eyebrows, a little bit of icing here, a couple of buttons on his shirt, then some squiggles, which with this being the sketch layer, I'm just going to draw right over top of the other stuff. A couple of squiggles on the legs, and those will be white because they're icing. A couple on the feet, and on the sides of the hand, he's got a little bit, which this one you're going to see because that arm's in front. That one you can't really see. And really, that's going to about do it for the detail on here. And I guess I'll have him standing on his base just because. Because it wouldn't be a Lego figure, I guess, if it didn't have the base. So this will be 2 pegs under the feet and 1 peg on the side. So there's a 4-peg Lego. And that'll do it for the sketch layer. So now we're going to add our ink layer. And we'll see where we're at here. Never know where I'm at because of, for some reason, it just saves the settings from last time you were drawing. I guess that's a good thing. That's a little too big for what we need. All right, so we'll zoom in here. Again, if I wanted that to be a perfect circle, hold it in. I could shrink it down. And then with the marker pen brush that I'm using, it starts off thin like that because it's pressure sensitive. So like I'll show you an example here. If I start with a light touch and then push a little harder, it gets thicker like that, and then how it tailed off there at the end. So we'll do it like that because I don't want it to have that little tail there. I don't like the way that looks. I'm wondering if I should do those in. I'll do all the outlines for that kind of stuff with a brown just because. I wonder if I should do the whole thing like that. Let me try that out. We'll go with a dark brown for the outline, and then we'll fill it with the lighter one. We'll see how that looks for today. Just because I normally do things with a black outline. So we'll do dark today. I can't match that up there. I'm not liking the way that looked. Yeah, that'll be a little bit better. Thank you, Bad Art Lover. Thanks for joining. So, Bad Art Lover, is there any other art Twitch channels you watch or anything like that? Or I guess I should ask, do you do any Twitch art or anything similar? If so, I will take a peek. Got a little bit sloppy in there with the hand, but it is what it is. Now again, this one's going to be holding the mug. And I'll outline the mug with a dark red since it is a red mug. No, sir. That's a shame. I like watching art. People draw. I don't remember what series this Lego figure is from. Like I said, it's just one of the Lego minifigs that you could buy in the blind bags. But anytime I see like a holiday themed one, I would always try to make sure I got that. I would always be, I always kind of felt like I was up to no good. You'd be in the toy department aisle and you'd be like crinkling all the bags trying to find the right feel because you know what accessories it comes with. Hey, anytime. All right, now we're going to go with switch it over to a dark red for the mug here. Maybe that's a little too dark. Okay, now the icing is white, so we'll go with like a black, almost gray to do the outlines for all these. I haven't been keeping up on the Lego minifigures though, so after I'm done here, I'm going to actually look it up and see if there have been any other releases that are holiday related. Now we're going to go with a black for the base because that Lego is black. So we'll draw this outline in black. Certain things I try to keep the line crisp, like if I'm drawing something like this, just because if it's too wavy, it'll look pretty bad. All right, so that'll be the outline layer. So we're going to reference that. Could get rid of the pencil layer, add a new layer, and then we'll add some colors here. And I'm sure I left a lot of open stuff on here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go in here to the color that I was using, the brown, and then I'll just go to a lighter version of it. It's a little too red in that area. So we'll go with this. This looks pretty close to what we're going for here. Now I'm just going to fill everything in, see what I missed, see if anything overflows. So far, so good. I usually have a tendency to leave a few things open. If I don't get one overflow here, I'm going to be surprised. Wow. All right, I got to do his hand yet, and then if that's successful, wow, I got everything closed. That's pretty rare. I'll just color that in by hand since it's right there. All right, now we'll go with a kind of a brown in between, fill the eyeballs in. Then we'll go with I'll do the highlight on that on a different layer. So the icing, kind of basically just white. I know it's not going to look like much when I fill this in, but if I don't fill it in, if I change the background, you'll see right through it because it starts off as transparent. A couple more here, and then we'll do a shadow layer or highlight layer. And before I do that, we'll go back to the red mug. We'll start filling this guy in. I don't know why. I'm not really a fan of outlining like a darker color of the inside color, but for today, since I don't normally do it, we'll give it a shot here just to see what it's like. Now I know the base is black, but if I drop black in there, you're going to miss though, so I think I'm going to make it a little bit on the gray side just so you can still see the outline. This is going to overflow. There we go. I knew I'd leave one open. I saw it as soon as I drug the pen over there. So quick fix on that, just go to the reference layer. I'm actually just going to do it with this color. Go back to that layer and then just drop it in. I think that was the only one. Yeah. Oh, I left that little one open back there. I'll just erase it. And shrink that up a little bit. All right. Now we're just going to add another layer. We'll do some in the eyeballs. We got some white up here. Gonna drop the opacity on that a little bit. So we'll start off with a bit of a highlight, and then if you go over it twice, it has a tendency to keep filling in a little bit darker, and then we'll do that. Let's see. We'll make this a little bit thinner. Legos are plastic and shiny, so we're going to add some of the highlights here. I got to remember to write on the mug. All right, so now this one we're going to, since these parts of the legs are kind of wide, we'll do that. A little bit of highlight on the top of the foot. Then obviously on the Lego piece itself. And this piece of Lego, this hand. And a little bit on the side of the leg here, I think. Then we'll do some shadows. We'll go back to the black here, and then we'll add a little bit of shadows underneath some of the things. So maybe under the eyeball, under the eyebrows, under the mouth. Nothing too drastic, but any of these little crevices will add a little bit of shadow just for depth. All right. I think I'll do a little bit underneath him. Then I'll get the white, and we're going to write on the mug. Again, let me find it here real quick. Dunk me, exclamation point. Dunk me, exclamation point. So this one we're going to go with calligraphy. Now, I don't know how small I could do this. I want to get the whole thing on there. Yeah, that'll work. So it says dunk me, exclamation point. That'll work. All right, now before I call it quits here, I'm going back to my reference layer. Getting out of the calligraphy, I'm going to go back to my ink. Put a little bit thinner. And then we'll have a little bit up. Now this is where I left it black. I don't know, with everything else being brown, this might stand out a lot, but we'll do it anyway. Got a hairy elbow there. I wonder if I should do any different depth in the mouth. I think we're good because this basically is what the guy looks like. Again, one more time here. Not the best view on the camera, but that's what he looks like. You know what? I try. Here, these are, I'll just pull it back to this previous page here. These are like all of the drawings I've been doing for my daily Christmas art since I started it. I think the one that took me the longest, let me see if I could look here. I don't know, some of them that you would think would take a little bit longer, like this one here with the house and the forest and everything. That was really quick just because I kind of cheated and used some different brushes that were a little easier for that. But there's one of the Lego guys. But maybe the Scrooged one took a little bit longer just because of drawing Bill Murray, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, I try to keep it pretty quick. I would like to try to get it in like a half hour or so from start to finish. It's just the way I prefer to do it. But now we're going to add a little bit to the background here. Let's see. Let me add a new layer. I'm going to pull it behind everything just because I don't want it to cover the guy. But I want to see what I got here. I'm sure I got something fun. If I go to materials, let's see, rough skin. Maybe I'll look at that because my hands are a little dry today. Color would go good with, you saw that I lost mine. That was the bell from the Claymation Christmas. You saw that guy hiding in there, huh? All right, let's see. What did I do? Rough skin? Let's see what this looks like if I just sprinkle a little of this behind him. And don't like it. Maybe it's a little too dark. Because if we go this route, I could kind of just feather the edges with it a little bit. Actually, it looks like the interior of a car, like that type of material. Then we'll switch up the color, kind of like the purple and orange combination, but we'll shrink it and just do a little bit on the outside. Nah, that was too much. And I bumped the eraser again. I honestly don't know how I do that all the time. Now that I look at it with those color combinations, I wasn't even thinking about it, but that's very Dunkin' Donut. I think I'm going to leave it. Dunk me, Dunkin' Donut. We got a winner. We're going to leave it. So now I'm going to go to the calligraphy pen, sign it today. Well, initials first. And today is, yeah, what is it? 3:30. So we'll do. It was the 30th, right? Yeah. Okay. And that is the finished piece there. So that's the Lego minifig gingerbread man. I don't know. It doesn't look too bad with the same color outline. Like I said, I normally don't do that with the colored outlines like that, but it didn't turn out too bad on this one. I kind of like it. But yeah, sometimes drawing faster, I don't know, it adds to it when it's not so, meticulous. I kind of like the roughness to it. But that's going to do it for this week's drawing. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. Again, check me out over on YouTube. I post all these videos up over there. Oh yeah, coloring books. Yeah, it was. That was when you would use crayons, but back in the day they weren't those cheap waxy crayons either. They had a nice feel to them. Nowadays, if you try to color with like any type of crayon, they're really waxy and they don't do a nice outline. But yeah, when I was younger, I used to do a dark outline with the crayon, and then I would use the same crayon though and do a lighter interior. But this one was two different colors. But that's how I used to do it when I was little. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this week. Thank you all for watching. Anyone catching this on YouTube, thanks again. Check me out. I post pictures daily over on Instagram. That could be found over at Ague Designs, AgueDesigns. And like I said, only once a week I do them on here live, but every day I post them over on Instagram. And again, here's all the pictures I've been posting up there daily since January 1st. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.